Your sandwich just flew in a housefly. That lasted all of 2 seconds. In those 2 seconds, it regurgitated digestive enzymes onto the bread, pulverized bacteria into the crust with its feet, while also depositing residues from hundreds of potential pathogens. 2 seconds. And that fly is the most harmless creature on this list, by far. Or perhaps a fly that has blade-shaped jaws and cuts your skin open to suck your blood. Tentacles lay an egg inside living flesh, and it gets its tongue deeper with every hour. And one fly on this list isn't even a fly at all, but it has wreaked billions of dollars worth of agricultural devastation. So let's begin with the one you know. That which is on your kitchen counter right now. The housefly. It does not bite. It does not sting. But then, why is it one of the medically most important insects on Earth? Because it is a petri dish that walks. A housefly carries more than 130 kinds of pathogens: bacteria, fungi, viruses, parasites. On a single fly, researchers have identified over 1,600 unique species of microbes. Every landing is a delivery. And a housefly cannot chew. Essentially, it vomits digestive fluid onto solid food, breaks the food down into a soupy paste, and then sucks it back up. When a fly lands on your food, it isn't just walking on top of it, it is vomiting on it. An individual fly, measured on the correct baseline, can be tracked about 13 miles away. That farm that you have never been to? It could be your flies that visit you. Unpleasant. Well, then the second fly doesn't want your dinner. It wants your body. Flying invader number 1, the New World screwworm fly, Cochleomia hominivorax. The name literally means man-eater. Any female is attracted to any exposed wound on a warm-blooded creature. A scratch, a tick bite. At the edge of the wound, she deposits up to 500 eggs. In less than a day, they hatch, and unlike most maggots, screwworm larvae eat only living tissue. They are obligate parasites. They thrust in head first, corkscrew ridges holding them tighter. Only their tails stay visible. It is treatable, but if left untreated, it can be lethal. Hit that like button and, no joke, thank you. And here comes the twist nobody expects. The United States erased this fly. Scientists bred millions of screwworm flies, sterilized male screwworms with radiation, and released them. Eggs never hatched when sterile males mated with wild females. The continental US was free of screwworms by 1966. By 1990, Mexico followed. One of the most successful eradication campaigns in history, a fly whose biology helped destroy it. Now forget tiny. Imagine a finger-long fly. Gauromydas heroes. Earth has a fly the size of an average fist, nearly 3 inches long, with a wingspan close to 4. Dark body, narrow profile. It resembles a giant wasp that would clear your backyard in seconds. But it is completely harmless. It does not bite. Males visit flowers. Females are rarely seen. The largest living fly on Earth is one of the most peaceful giants in the insect world. Native to forests in South America, it will more likely be misidentified as a threat than ever be one. Now scale way down, to an insect small enough to scarcely be noticed as it passes in front of your face. The fruit fly. The few above your overripe banana are largely a nuisance, but the more serious menace is the spotted-winged drosophila, Drosophila suzukii. While many fruit flies go only after already damaged fruit, this species feeds on undamaged, perfectly ripe berries. A serrated ovipositor, which resembles a miniature saw, dips into healthy fruit skin. Fill the berry with larvae, and it loses its value. Unsurprisingly, this one species is responsible for causing approximately $500 million in crop damage each year. All of the flies so far either poisoned food, ruined crops, or invaded tissue. The next one is coming right for your blood. The horsefly. A mosquito is a street-level pickpocket, and a horsefly is a mugger. The female does not stick a needle into you. Her mouth parts are as sharp as blades, serrated scissors embedded in her face. Her tongue is sponge-like. She licks the pooling blood. You feel it instantly. Anticoagulants present in her saliva ensure that the wound does not stop bleeding after she is left. The bites can, in rare instances, lead to anaphylaxis. Some species can infect humans with a potentially deadly bacterial disease called tularemia. Now somewhere quieter. Your bathroom. Late at night. A bit of black and gray fuzz on the tile wall. Part moth, part fly. That is a drain fly. About 4 millimeters long. It does not bite. It does not spread any known diseases, but it is a signal. These flies reproduce in the thick biofilm lying wet inside pipes or blocked drains. They are in your plumbing before you see them, at which point something has set up a breeding ground. They are not the problem. They are the warning. Change the habitat and poof. Tell us what you think in the comments. What was the most surprising fly on this list? 2 left, and neither acts quite as you'd expect. The whitefly is not a fly at all. This insect belongs to the order Hemiptera, which is also the same group as aphids. Tiny, pale, living on the bottom sides of leaves. Touch a greenhouse leaf, and a cloud of them flies off. Whiteflies devastate not simply because of what they eat, but because of what they carry. Some of the most damaging plant viruses on Earth are transmitted by species such as Bemisia tabaci. They feed through a plant's vascular system, siphoning off its energy while injecting viral pathogens. Leaves yellow, growth stunts, entire harvests collapse, the size of a grain of rice, laying waste to fields that billions depend on to eat. And finally, the one that leaves an industry bleeding money, while most people have never even heard its name. The hornfly. Hematobia irritans. Half the size of a housefly, and it barely leaves its host. Most blood-sucking flies simply get their meal and go about their business. Hornflies are permanent parasites of cattle. They congregate en masse on a single animal and will feed up to 40 times every day. Cattle stop grazing. They lose weight. Milk production drops. Its treatment threshold is just 200 flies per animal. Hornflies are a major pest of grazing cattle, costing the North American cattle industry more than $1 billion every year. Not from disease, not from venom, just thousands upon thousands of unremitting, perpetual little bites from a fly the vast majority haven't even considered. And that is the same pattern with each of the flies on this list. None are large, none are loud, most are easy to ignore. And that is precisely why they are so effective. These creatures were not built by evolution to frighten, they were built to endure, to take just the slightest opportunity and prosper in the corners you neglect. The most dangerous pest in the world was never the one that frightened you. It was the one that you swatted away without conscious thought. If you want to learn about what other unnoticed animals are subtly remaking their world, then subscribe. Next week, we go underground.